Now verse 28, for he is not a Jew who is one outwardly, nor is circumcision that which is outward in the flesh. Okay, verse 28 is very, very important. This is the verse that marks the shift in the flow of Paul's argument. The rhetorical questions are over, and now he makes his point. And it's a very important point. Paul suggests here that the Jewishness that the Judaizers are claiming is actually false. And he is asserting that they have misunderstood their very identity as God's chosen people. Now, something that we want to focus on, very important here. Where is Paul getting this? Where is he getting these ideas? When you read some commentators and biblical scholars, you are going to hear that Paul is introducing a paradigm shift. He's bringing in new ideas. In other words, he's explaining something that is totally new and nobody in the history of has ever entertained. I cannot begin to stress enough that that is not at all what Paul is doing. All of your major problems in the New Testament, all of them, really do stem from a fundamental misunderstanding of the Old Testament. They stem from a problem in hermeneutics and interpretation. Everybody can look at the Bible and agree what it says. The problem always arises when discussing what does it mean. And as we go forward, the thing that we really need to understand is that Paul is not introducing new ideas. In fact, he's getting his ideas straight from the Old Testament. The issue here is one of hermeneutics and interpretation. Paul's interpretation of the Old Testament and how it applies to Christ is wildly different from the Judaizers and how they read the Old Testament. And those views are clashing here. But what we need to recognize is that Paul is about to engage in some very specific and detailed Old Testament analysis to develop his argument. In many ways, Paul was a first century Jewish lawyer of sorts. He used to be a Pharisee, and we know that he was more than willing to get his hands dirty, seeing the stoning of Stephen back in the book of Acts. He was the Pharisaical bulldog of sorts. And now he's about to bring all of that experience and tenacity to bear to fight against the Jewish law-keeping mentality. And from a logical and argumentative standpoint, this is just a tour de force of really epic proportions. There's a reason that Romans is often regarded as the most informative book for what Christians believe, because it's just a masterful exposition of Old Testament law and Jesus and how those things relate to both Jew and Gentile. So that's what we've got to look forward to as we continue our study with verse 29.